Alright. A little behind schedule today, but... another day, another stream. You may hear my cat in the background having a blast. And we're about to start Act 5. Do I need to buff up before we start Act 5? I know we do some fighting. I've only done one of these puzzles. That's fine. We'll knock him out here shortly. Alright, looks like we're all set. Yeah, I had a couple things I had to do before I started. Now, if I'm not going to stream out, I'll put a notification on Discord, unless something else comes up and I can't. Yeah, I've been hustling and bustling, trying to get here on time, and I didn't make it. I mean, I made it eventually, just not on time. Oh, that's right, we do have a fight here. So I don't remember if I had Nocticula's guards here last time. I'm curious if they... Oh, hey, Finian's actually laying on the ground. Is that new? It's a nice touch since he is, you know, part of the party. Alright, so we do have to buff up. Look at the pipe fox, he was just laid all the way out.
Quick, quick, else we miss all the fun!
Alright, that was some wisdom drain, let's take care of that.
Shall we move? We shall move!
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Have you seen any gameplay for Diablo 4 yet, Matthew? And if so,
I'm here.
How do you feel about it?
I be?
Open your heart.
It's always good to get all the buffs knocked out at the beginning of a stream so people have time to show up. We shouldn't need to use any resource costing buffs here. I don't remember the fight in the Nexus being particularly difficult. Oh, is it not coming out for console?
Your orders,
Something wrong?
Commander.
That's something I looked into since
nicely.
I just play on PC. So usually I have access to everything except for PlayStation exclusives. I realized I said PlayStation a little weird. I made it into 2 words instead of 1. PlayStation. PlayStation.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet. Skip the pleasantries.
Yeah, it's a few people's favorite part of the streams. That's why I'm never gonna cut it out.
The struggles
I
never
don't leave anybody
cease.
hanging. I looked at the requirements not too long ago. It didn't have very intensive requirements. It's still a few behind mine. Now, my computer used to be beefy, but that was, what, 5 years ago?
People to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world. Starting with me.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty solid. It's definitely a step in the right direction from
Who? Me?
Diablo 3.
Retreat is not an option.
Contaminator, no contaminating. Let's through here and save all of our freed slaves. Cool, so they're all right here. So did I not buy them last time? Because I don't remember this cutscene. So the weird slaves, we have the gladiators, we have, looks like the Aasimar. And here's Nocticula's guards. Oh, awesome. I want to see these weird guys in action. What do they do? Yeah, since you get... Not despair in our faith in the Inheritor. Well, neat. I don't remember which group that was that we rescued. Maybe the ones from Raggy? Yeah, I agree. I'm only gonna get it ASAP so I can continue my series. Oh, Diablo run. There's a lot going on here. Oh man, Flame Strike too? Yeah, the Aasimar are stepping up. Good thing we didn't send him to that other guy. Oh, his actual cutscene. Yes, that was Zorgis. I didn't see the cutscene with him last time, I don't think. He was inside the cave by the time we got here. I think because we didn't have all this help. Okay, so the weird guys turn into swarms. Let's not hire them again in the future. But we were warned, so... I just can't even see what's going on.
Kneel before.
I'm prepared.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
your entrails, please?
That's right, there's a couple unique items here as well. Yeah, so the Glorian Slaves, Aasimar, these jerks back here. Most of them survived at least. No, I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm not doing the early access. No, because I won't be done with Diablo 3. I mean, early access was this past weekend. I think next weekend. I won't be done with Diablo 3 by that point. So, not gonna buy it till I'm ready to play it. I Hope Crusher. A +3 speed heavy flail damages an opponent with this weapon. The enhancement bonus increases by +1 when making attacks against that opponent to a maximum total enhancement bonus of +8. This extra enhancement bonus goes away upon switching the target if the opponent dies or when the battle ends. I mean, up to +8, that's pretty crazy. And you can already boost it with Greater Magic Weapon. You can start stacking even sooner. We have Spellbreaker. +4 Tower Shield grants its wielder a +10 competence bonus on saving throws against Evocation School spells. That's relatively handy.
This way.
Yeah, I always get really lucky when it comes to games and bugs. Since I do Let's Plays, I tend to play a lot slower than other folks do. And so they're usually ironed out by the time I get to them.
Wherever my legs carry me.
So yeah, I definitely didn't see that cutscene last time, because I didn't realize that he was a clip-op, or had one inside of him. Also, I'm glad I didn't have to deal with the swarms. My allies did that. Alright, is that all my companions? Here we go. I like that line. When your final hour comes, you'll depart with much fanfare. Gosh darn right, Greybor. I know a lot of people don't like Greybor. I do. He's got some good dialogue. His overall personality is a little grating, because he's so tunnel visioned on his reputation. But the rest of him's pretty solid. And he's got a great voice actor. So I think I remember talking to Zorges about his tentacles, though. Whatever. That's funny. The succubi are scared of him. No, Windowag's in our party. I did fight her, but she just fell unconscious. I thought she died, but it turns out she was just unconscious for that fight. I wasn't sure how that was going to play out, since I said I didn't care what happened. Yeah, so the chaotic option is to tell him to be gone, which makes no sense. I think that's supposed to be the demonic chaotic option. The more trickster, and I think even more chaotic option is option 4. See what happens when he comes to Galarian. Alright guys, let's go.
The commander found himself in a Lushanira, the very heart of enemy territory. Much to his credit, he managed not only to pique the interest of the Lady in Shadow, but to defeat Baphomet himself. But after these adventures, does he still remember Galarian and wonder about its fate?
I'm not really worried about its fate. He's more of a tri-blood prince, isn't he? I think he's part... I'm assuming he's part human. Or is he tiefling? I think he has horns. I sent a new stuff here yet. Oh yeah, that way's closed off to us. We can go this way though. It's be looted? Oh no, it's not loot. Oh, let's level everybody up first. Got some work ahead of us. Alright, Trevor, what do you get? It doesn't really matter. Ooh, extra rage, or rage power. Or improved critical. We have... Does have improved critical. Yeah, let's do that. And do it again. I can get abundant smite on him because he could definitely use that. I think Unstoppable makes sense for his character as well, since he is part barbarian. It's not like I'm going to use him anyway, so... At least not this run. Oh, he finally gets improved quarry and a feat. Blinding critical. Or just even more criticals here. I'm ever ready. So gets another feat. We have spell focus. I guess we could do weapon focus. Maybe not this run. Oh, outflank. He should have had that a while ago. Well, again, not like I'm using him. And plus his companion quest is done, so we're not going to use him anymore except for the final battle. So does this work with his extra domain? I'm assuming it does. His Guarded Hearth takes so long to cast. They also nerfed it. I don't remember exactly how they nerfed it. They made it a different bonus type so it didn't stack as easily. It's a competence bonus. That's not very common. I thought they nerfed this more. Maybe it was a different nerf. I just forget what it was. Alright, Nenio gets a feat. That might be worth it. Yeah, we'll take it. Because I'm not going to take it in any of my other runs since I'm not going to run a Trickster again. So these should stack, because this is polymorph. The other one's not. I could also do foresight. That's something personal. It'd be cool if a monk could learn this, but I guess they can't. Plus, Fire Body makes sense for Nenio. One of her experiments could be her lighting herself on fire to see what happens. We don't need to send an element. I need greater abundant casting. I didn't realize you could learn Mind Blade Communal. That's very good. And it lasts for 4 hours. Greater abundant casting, of course. Armor Mastery. Fighter gains damage reduction 5 whenever they use an armor or shield. Shame it's not and, so they get 10 DR. That's fine. Can't use mini shots. What else do we got? Critical focus. Could do distracting shots here, or last stand. The bigger they are is also useful. And that's also good. But it doesn't help her hit. Alright, Sela. Last Might Evil additional use. Should be intimidating. Intimidating prowess. Does she have Radiance equipped? She should. Double check, because it does get unequipped every now and then. Alright, let's retake Drezen, and then we have a couple of important women to speak to. One of which I'm sure is going to get very angry with me, since I'm a trickster. But not as mad as one of my future runs. Okay.
Forwards? No, backwards.
I will defend my dream.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they can teleport because the Sword of Valor's not here. Which, even if you wanted to march on eyes, completely screwing over your initial beachhead, it's not a good idea.
Trail me.
Oh, we can't go up there yet. Alright, so it does keep you in a pretty linear path. The beachhead's gonna fall once you leave, with the only means of keeping enemies out. And then you can't, if you happen to fail, you can't easily retake it.
Surprise!
Crazy attack!
I will resist. What I was made for.
Alright, well, we're gonna buff up again here shortly, so you're kind of just in time. Okay, so that's dialogue. I think the guy that was part of Social's quest. Touch her things and find out where she is. Alright. Yeah, I may not buff. I think we're still good to take Drezen without having to rebuff.
This.
We're gonna hold off for a little bit. Actually, may not be any more buffing this episode or this stream since I have most of it's gonna be taken up talking to Imitator and Nocticula. Oh, we'll jump his skin.
Rules are made to be
By
broken.
something. Affected by. Rain of Blood. Fortitude saving throw.
Missed me already.
Oh, we'll top him off at least. And that also fixes it.
Fighting for a righteous cause is certainly different from a simple massacre. The former is more bloody and performed with pinkies out.
Yeah, I mean, when you take away the Sword of Valor and demons can just teleport straight into the city, that's a problem.
Wherever my legs carry me.
It also means there's no way you'll ever receive reinforcements because it's going to obviously fall once they just teleport inside.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Save the last one for me.
My prying gaze.
Give her ring the spell real quick.
I will see to your demise.
The world in crimson.
Die! Die! Die!
You are inferior.
Your pain is my pleasure.
With your head!
I'll cut you wide open.
I think it's fitting that we let Rushalai ring the bell, right? Since she does worship Desna.
Welcome your company.
Was it only for the one fight? I thought it affect all the demons in this in Drezen. Oh, we need electricity resistance. We have it. I don't think that we need it though. We came from over there.
Trail me.
Spirits demand your
can
blood.
handle
Prepare yourself. You are today's sacrifice.
Slice!
Can't you just die already?
Yes.
Struggles end here. You can trust me.
Matricium Turinos. Matricium Turinos. Matricium Turinos.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
Magritio, Turi. Magritio.
Ooh, heals for 20. 25. For Cure Light Wounds, that's insane.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
That noble was on fire. Nago.
Out of my
Us or them.
Alright, so if you're not in Azada and you spare her, she shows up here again. And that's it.
Guide my hand.
There's the end of her story. Wow, just a Cloak of Resistance +2. Not very impressive.
this way.
Oh, this is still here. It's not keeping the demons out. Ooh, Robe of Fire.
Wherever my
Good
legs
to
carry
Ember, I
me.
guess.
Let's have some
Stab
fun.
yours at
for their heart.
Why not both?
Make your peace.
May I see your entrails, please?
Wide open.
Yep, Minago is dead.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
You just couldn't take the hint, right?
I am
I'm gonna let you
helpful.
live.
Am I not?
Stop trying to attack me.
Forwards?
No, what is
no,
that?
backwards. Backwards!
I like how One-Eyed Devil stepped up to the plate, and it's his squad. Fire's just a part of it. Rest here if we want to. I don't need to. Just blitz through this. None of the fights here are particularly difficult, except for the one at the very end. But even that wasn't too bad. At least with the Cavalier. But Cavaliers make everything so easy. I mean, you one-shot just about everything. It's so goofy.
I am helpful. Am I not?
This way. Precision.
Distract them from me.
The spirits demand your blood. You are today's sacrifice.
Yeah, it was already easy with the Cavalier. And they buffed it, so now it does 2 times damage. It's so goofy, because I mean, all the hard fights that I struggled with in this run, very trivial with my Cavalier run. So like the one fight in the Market Square with the Conjurer, it's like on like what the western side somewhere. I mean, you just charge in, you take out the Conjurer before he can even turn invisible, and then you just clean up the rest of the fight. Because the hardest part of that fight is the Conjurer, but being able to immediately take out one enemy out of a fight is just makes them all so much easier. Yeah, plus they sell the 2 pieces of equipment at the Defender's Heart as well. So you get the... What was it? The armor that does, I think, bonus damage on charge. Then the spear that does bonus damage on charge or when mounted. Yeah, except you're the bullet. Yeah, that's exactly it. It was so much fun. So glad I chose that for my first run.
Forwards! No, no, backwards. Backwards! I spy? What do I spy? Trail.
Of course, there's a bunch of equipment specifically tailored to the Cavalier, and I think it helps that it was a new class in this game. Not every class has equipment, you know, just designed around the class. I think out of all the endgame weapons that I've seen, the Lance of the Fabled Hero is probably the best one. Of course, the Cavalier gets that.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
This way.
Battle formation.
Cover me, all right?
He lasted all of a second.
Did you like that? What? You didn't?
Makes it a show of that guy too. He walks up, he explodes 2 Crusaders, and then that happens.
Oh, did you see that?
I may had. Wasn't actually paying attention to the loot that I was
Wherever my
picking up.
legs carry
I'll
me.
go back and look. I was looking at chat. I wasn't looking at the combat log. I didn't see if there's any perception checks. After this run, I'm gonna do Gold Dragon. Up to Gold Dragon, I'm probably gonna do Demon. That fits the theme of my build. The whole concept of the build is
Part with everything
redemption.
demonic in me. But
Yeah, I
that's
did.
not,
I missed it.
please.
It was right
Allow
there.
me to keep my lovely,
I knew I should have been a little
irresistibly
bit
beautiful
more
wings.
thorough here. I didn't go into... I think that's the only cell I didn't actually go into. Yeah, next run, it's going to be my main character, who's going to be a Reformed Fiend, with the Abyssal Bloodline, of course. I really wish you could get the Gold Dragon Bloodline on that class, but what I've read, you can only get the Abyssal and Infernal. Even with the Mythic Feat that lets you grab a second one. Then it'll be Ember, Sela, Trevor, Social, and Arushali.
Trail me.
Yeah, since I'm going Gold Dragon, I think it would make sense for me to be able to grab the Gold Dragon Bloodline, but it's fine. I mean,
What's
being a
in
Gold
wait for me
Dragon
there, I
is like having the Bloodline, right?
This way.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay. I don't think Greyboar fits it. He doesn't really want to be redeemed. He can be.
Crusaders exploring after.
You get him, Bismuth.
Tactical retreat.
Okay, that was unexpectedly difficult. Still just an unholy longsword plus one, I swear. Baylors get the short end of the stick, man.
I'll watch your back.
Alright, let's go and drop a couple bigger buffs. Yeah, I will do a run with Greyboar and Ember and Darren. So I think the three of them pair really well together.
Forwards! No, no, backwards. Backwards!
But it won't be next time. In fact, I don't really know which run that will be. But I'll figure it out. He levels up with whoever has him equipped. So he's always going to be 4 levels behind, I believe. Yeah, so character level -4. And I don't... Yeah, since he's not an actual animal companion, a proper one, you can't get a boon companion to make up for that.
Trail me.
Who's in my keep? Might not be anybody yet.
I did it.
Yep, he levels up. Keeps him relevant,
wait for me
which is
there, I
nice.
wonder?
I mean, he works like most animal companions do. Unless you're a Cavalier or a class that starts the companion at level 1. He heard it beating because we spoke. You were literally there. Oh, that's right, no. We were gone for 6 months after we last spoke to him, as we went on that journey to Calafir. Oh yeah, he did get taken out there, didn't he? Sorry, I missed your comment. Yeah, he needed a nap after seeing the state of the city he took such good care of before he left, in such disrepair. I like how they call him a huge oily Naveshni. He lathers himself up before battle. He's mocking me. I rescue my friends. Now what I'd expect from a demon like this guy. It's a childish mockery from a Nalfeshni. I go legend if I want. Dragon. I didn't unlock devil. Well, devil we can only get on one of two paths, right? And I didn't get swarm either. I wasn't trying to. Alright, so Trickster. Follow your instincts. Oh, I am nobody. Just a scrawny mortal. I couldn't even dream of competing with a tower of might and authority such as yourself. But you know, you'd better flee. The King of Drezen is on his way here. He's not someone you want to mess with. Are we gonna grab Aberdeen? Aberdeen! And he's on a boar. Bottoms up, demons down. Oh, so he's affected by hideous laughter. That's awesome. So I think on Legend you have to fight all the demons by yourself, or with your party, right? I remember having to actually fight those guys. Okay, he's covered in vomit. I don't think anybody wants to touch him.
Knight Commander, at last we meet.
Ooh, make an obscene gesture, or... Might save that for my demon run. I think option 3 sounds a little bit more trickstery. Oh wow, look everyone, it's a goddess.
Indeed it is. I suppose you're asking yourself why I am here. Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the World Wound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone.
Also like twice your size.
And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands. The power that lives in you is alluring, unhinged, and can break the laws of reality itself. It is dangerous. You have secured another victory, but in exchange you have let your followers fall into the grip of insanity. Is this truly your path? Do you really hope to prevail over chaos with more chaos?
Yeah, it's just like fighting fire with fire. A controlled burn, but in this case, controlled chaos, but not as controlled.
But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Drezen. I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Daskari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a hero who has triumphed over the demons many times. At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that is caught in a web of demonic deceit and villainy.
Yeah, option 3.
My reasons are as I have told you. I am no demon. I do not lie and cheat. Of that sin I am most certainly innocent. In that moment, when my poor herald was being torn apart by monsters, he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Illusionera, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the World Wound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth. Both you and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
Who here has been taking my name in vain? Ah, it's you, the Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Galarian. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else. Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there, as far as I know. So why are you here? If you have come to meddle in my affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
The two of us will be more than enough. Listen to what I have to tell you.
I think
If
they're
she
both really
wishes to
solid.
be
I mean, all the
present
voice
for this
acting in this game is
conversation,
really
so
solid.
much the better. Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth. Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by force. After all, the World Wound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
The goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness, proud Iomade? Righteous wrath? Or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
I don't see Ember here. Ember's an atheist, so I suspect she won't be kneeling.
Silence. It's impolite to interrupt your elders. But you know, Inheritor, she does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon, which has made so many victories possible, and only because he received that weapon from my profane hands, and the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have? Save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not? You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths, Nocticula. From you and your servant, the Knight Commander has learned that he is bound to the World Wound, that he is slowly dying because of its influence, and that he is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information. You never told him that closing the wound won't save him from death. For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
That is true. I tried to tell you back in Illusionera, but I was not allowed to. It is an unavoidable consequence of this process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Galarian and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed necessary. Are you expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
You will live.
You will lose everything that makes life worth living.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if she's kneeling here. Like, she's qualified as an atheist because gods are tangibly real in Pathfinder. So an atheist recognizes that they're there. Oh, she's right here. Yeah, she is kneeling. And since she doesn't think they should be worshipped as gods, I assume she wouldn't be kneeling, but she is.
You will spoil a brilliant endeavor and destroy the lives of thousands of mortals who will be devoured by the legions of demons coming from the Abyss. Aside from that, you won't do anything extraordinary at all. Oh, how noble! For a brief moment, I even felt some regret that we demons are incapable of such lovely feelings. You see now, Inheritor? My little protege has more nobility in him than you expected. Shame on you.
This nobility is exactly why I came here. To help the Knight Commander learn the truth, and to show him that he has been used. Besides, I do not believe that you have been acting for selfless reasons, Lady in Shadow. Honesty and nobility have never counted among your virtues. You own the main source of Nahindrian crystals, and your servant Arilu has learned how to break the laws of the universe with their help. Can it be that the ruler of darkness and mistress of assassins has not conceived a way to use this formidable gift for her own benefit?
Accusations, suspicions, all completely hollow, just like your bright-eyed pretty little head. It's a pity you inherited Eridan's sword, but not his sharp mind. I have but one goal now. To stop the armies of that lecherous billygoat and that gluttonous bug from strutting around my domain as if it were their own. I don't give a fig whether it will help mortals or hurt them. If the enemy of your enemy makes you a mutually beneficial proposition, you would have to be a complete idiot to say no.
It is true. Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift? No matter how much power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
Yeah, I find it's a bit of an odd title for that belief system, since in the real world, atheism is usually tied to rejecting. Well, I guess if it's just rejecting higher powers, but not believing in it. So, I mean, it is synonymous. At least in one aspect.
Arilu has planted a piece of the Abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads. Yes. The power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise. The branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit is death. You will not be able to save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet. Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait. Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for. That's right. And this means that the world wound actually has 2 keys.
Good question. Just imagine. I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the world wound, and the key was right under my nose this whole time. Rilu, my love, come over here. Wait, I said wait! That little bitch. I knew she would betray me sooner or later, but I never expected such an idiotic stunt. But everything seems to be falling into place quite nicely. You see, you don't have to die after all. Arilu opened the world wound, and Arilu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
Yes, Arilu Vorlesh will pay for her crimes with her life.
I'm familiar
the flight
with
confirms that our
Alartism.
suppositions were correct. But now we know that the world wound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi. Reject her gift and secure your
atheism still
victory
works
while
in this
being the
setting.
person you
Sorry, I
were
mentioned it,
before
talk over the voice
Arilu
acting.
Vorlesh corrupted you. Win as a mortal and become a legend among mortals.
Because all it does is, it's the refusal to, like, you don't believe in deities. And since Ember doesn't think that gods are deities to be worshipped, they're just, you know, very powerful creatures. It still fits the definition of atheism.
She's talking rubbish. True, we gave you the power, but it was you who chose how to wield it. It belongs to you, and it will remain yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the world wound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
I might.
Ask, and you shall have your answers. My ascension was not accomplished in one day, and even the test of the Starstone was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power, I embraced a sacred duty. Your power, on the other hand, stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life. It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords. Every one of my angels volunteered for that mission. They all knew what kind of watch they were going to keep. They knew that it would be a hard and exhausting battle, but that the lives of mortals throughout Golarion would depend on it. Alas, angels' minds can be as fragile as the minds of mortals. In less than 100 years, many wavered and wished to break the oath they had sworn. I do not blame them. I blame myself for allowing them to take on a burden that was too heavy for them.
Yeah, she was... There might be a little bit of jealousy, too. Jealous that I didn't actually have to work for it.
He acted on his own noble impulse, and I did not stop him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.
She doesn't lie, sure. She merely withholds some of the truth. For the noblest of reasons, of course.
My herald, my loyal companion, was captured, and now demons are using him to attack Drezen. They're holding him in the Ivory Labyrinth, Baphomet's realm of the Abyss. It is a place I cannot go, not even to save my faithful friend. For doing so would start an interplanar war. Right now, as we speak, Baphomet's servants are torturing the hand of the Inheritor. Tormented and anguished, he reaches for you with his thoughts and his soul. I cannot tell if he sees you as a great unfulfilled hope or a last chance. But Baphomet knows well how to exploit such desperate yearning. He has turned my herald into a source of power to open temporary portals. They do not last long, but they lead from the dungeon where the hand of the Inheritor suffers, right to your doorstep. Baphomet does not need to lead his armies through the rifts. Now he can send them right here. As long as my poor herald remains in the hands of that monster, this will not stop. I cannot say if it is still possible to save him, or if putting him out of his misery is the only way. I cannot openly ask you to intervene. But if you decide to do so, you will be helping both yourself and the one who chose the martyr's path when he followed you into the Abyss. At first, I did not know who you were, or where your powers originated. This was revealed to me only when my herald offered up his dying prayer from the depths of the Abyss. And following his desperate plea, I sought to confirm my suspicions. Until that point, I had observed you without intervening. After all, your crusade was securing victories, the first Golarion had seen in many years. So even if it was not I who had sent you into battle, it felt unfair to undermine you.
In other words, our Imperial guest had no problem with your power, as long as she didn't know where it came from. She didn't even share her suspicions with her own herald. And after all that, someone dares to claim that demons are the most deceitful creatures?
You should not blame someone else if you base your accusations on vague suspicions rather than solid proof. You call my behavior deceitful. You, of all creatures, who kept the commander ignorant of the fate you had chosen for him? Indeed, the insolence of demons knows no bounds. I could, but then every other demon lord would decide that he or she was next and stand against me. In response to that, the Imperial lords would take up arms. Then Hell, Heaven, and Elysium would join the conflict. A war would break out, one which mortals could not hope to survive. As I have already said, I am here to open your eyes to Nocticula's lies and to prevent more calamities in the future. You are at a crossroads now. I will not force you to do anything, but you needed to learn the truth and have the chance to cleanse yourself. The impulses that drive a soul as black as hers are beyond my comprehension.
It's love.
Perhaps she was startled by my arrival and decided not to bother keeping a secret that was bound to be revealed. Or perhaps she is up to some cunning scheme. Be on your guard. The architect of the world wound will surely try to bring you down. For if she truly is a key, then it must mean that she will die sooner or later due to the influence of her own horrible creation. And that means that sacrificing you is her only chance of survival.
The impulses that drive a soul as black as hers are beyond my comprehension. What's driving Arilu is love. To an extent. It's funny that Imitator doesn't understand that.
Arilu has planted a piece of the Abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads. It is time to make your decision, then.
Yeah, one of the questions I asked her, her voice actress even sounded, like, aggravated. Like, she was getting impatient with my questions.
If you have questions, ask away. Because if I'd told you the truth, you would have refused to do it. But you're not angry with me, are you? After all, everything has worked out perfectly fine. We found another key. So now you can live and enjoy your life. Provided that you catch Aurilu, of course. Of course I do. Firstly, you'll need those powers to catch Aurilu and bring her to Threshold. Surely you don't think she'll willingly fall into your hands, and the demonic hordes will politely make way for you. And secondly, the powers Aurilu gave you protect you from dying before your time. None of us want the wound to kill you prematurely. You are extremely useful to me alive. After all, if you let Aurilu slip through your fingers, we can always go back to the original plan for closing the wound. Apparently, she understood that her secret was about to be revealed anyway, so she decided to leave in style. What human female over 100 years old wouldn't feel flattered at being the center of attention? Although she could have other reasons. She obviously wanted us to understand everything and immediately rush off in pursuit of her. She's probably been preparing for a war of all against all for a long time, and now she wants to wage it on her own terms. Expect treachery and traps wherever you go. Now, let's think. She's hidden in the Abyss before. She won't dare to return there now. Not only to my realm, but to any other either. Even if Baphomet and Discari both take it upon themselves to guard Aurilu personally, that won't stop me from sneaking in, slitting her throat, and leaving undetected. And she knows that. If I were her, I would hide in a place where the powers of her enemies were uncertain, and her own power was close to unlimited. I say you should look for her here, in the World Wound. Tut tut, how rude! I wouldn't say the girl is that hideous. I admit her face is far from perfect. Her body too, to be honest. But all in all, not bad. I've seen worse.
Your theatrics are too transparent to offend me, demon. At least, they can hardly offend me more than the very fact of your existence.
That is nothing but the wild speculation of a little girl who gained celestial power through no merit of her own and now fears that others may do the same, forcing her to share her place in the spotlight. Do I want to become a goddess? Of course I do. Who wouldn't? Can you help me with that? Sadly, no. Of course, Aurilu used to blather on about how her brilliant invention could bake gods like pies. But between you and me, the cleverer the inventor, the larger their ego becomes. So far, she hasn't managed to create anything stronger than you. And, no offense, but you're no match for any deity. Very well. It's time for you to make your decision then.
No, it's not.
After I rejected my demonic past, I lost some of my previous abilities. It was difficult, but I coped with it. You are stronger than me, so there's no way that you won't get through this. Cast off the power of the Abyss and follow your own path.
Don't even try to tell me that you are seriously considering rejecting your power. Power grants you the freedom to do whatever you wish. And you are prepared to simply toss it aside to become a nobody?
I mean, I'll still end up being a level 20 adventurer. Well, actually, if I reject it, I'll be a level 40, which is absurd.
Your power doesn't lie in magic tricks. You know it doesn't. Your real power is inside you. You can win without tricks. I will help you.
I'm a trickster. Tricks are my whole shtick. Ember, that was terrible advice.
I don't see any reason for deliberation. Your power is chaotic and capricious, and it originates from a demonic source. I doubt you can even control it. Heed the words of the goddess. Reject it. And then we will hunt down Aurelia Vorlesh and deliver the punishment she deserves.
Oh, we have Trevor in our party now. I wonder if he says something here. He is right there.
Iomade has spoken. What more is there to say? If there's a way to get rid of this demonic filth, do it.
I do not think the source of your power really matters. What matters is how you use it.
Okay.
My brother is wise. Listen to his advice.
I'll think for yourself, Trevor.
Someone pinch me. We are standing in the presence of the most pompous goddess in the world, debating whether we should listen to her or send her packing along with her invaluable opinions. I shall remember this moment for the rest of my life. Even as I stand in Pharasma's court, I shall tell this story to anyone who will listen. As for your question, by all means, tell her to go to the abyss. The power is yours, and yours alone.
I hate it when they corner you and demand answers out of you. But fine, I'll tell you what I think. With you, I've always had my freedom, Chief, so I'll speak freely. Be who you are, and don't count on gifts from nobody. You gave me the same advice back in Alashanira, remember? And I've never regretted following it. Maybe you won't have the powers you had before, but do you really need somebody's permission to do what you want to do? That's what it's all about!
It seems like most of the companions are on board with rejecting the powers, which is odd. But I guess Woljif's might change depending on how his quest ends as well.
In another situation, I would have said this was all nonsense. But when we started working together, you were just an extravagant and artistic person. But now your powers are influencing you more and more. You're losing your sanity. And I'm afraid it won't be long before you turn into a raving lunatic who goes around swearing that the moon is made of cheese.
Is he the only one that... It sounds like a Trickster specific response. The only one that has a Trickster specific response?
You know what I am about to say, Master. This power is ours, no matter where it came from and how we gained it. Only a complete idiot would reject such might. And if you consider the number of enemies you've made, then it would make you an idiot with a death wish.
Yeah, Bismuth isn't here kneeling, so he must be, somewhere else.
Your powers are interesting from a theoretical point of view. You are an experiment started by Aurelia Vorlesh, and terminating it before it is complete would be foolish, not to mention impolite.
I am waiting for your answer. I hope you will choose wisely.
Quite right. Make your choice, and make it the right one.
Runase is a trickster. Obviously. Mythic sneak attacker. Current value is 8. That's crazy. I mean, improved critical mythic. I mean, why not, right? Keep stacking crits. Alright, then here, which one of these do I want? Since we're back in Galarian, we can actually use this. Alright, so what do these rank 2s do? Alright, so your stealth in combat now works more akin to greater invisibility. Paralyzed if they fail their DC against your persuasion or demoralize effect. Yeah, this one's good. So every time you fail a saving throw, you can make an athletics check against DC equal to the original save DC plus 20. If you succeed, you automatically pass the saving throw. This stacks really well with the cloak that we have as well. I'm assuming they both proc at the same time, and so the cloak will stack with this, and we shouldn't fail any saving throw more than once. Within a round at least. Let's go with the Eagle Splendor, I guess. Actually, you know what? No, let's do Hideous Laughter. I think it makes more sense for a Trickster. Can't really expect me to cut this grand caper short, this close to the big finale.
Your pride will destroy you, and perhaps all of Golarion with you. But I shall not intervene now, so as to avoid causing even more suffering to this world. Farewell.
Yeah, I got rid of my powers in my last run.
Lady Irvine's experiment goes on. You know, boy, if it is successful, I will immortalize it in my encyclopedia, and I will mention your name too. If that happens, then I suppose I'll finally have to try to remember it.
It would have been so foolish for you to reject your powers. So many victories, so many achievements lie ahead for you. Well, go now. Capture Arilu, and prove which of you is making the best use of her invention. I'll be watching you.
Odd that Nenio's the only one that had commentary by sticking with the Trickster path, or the keeping your powers. I don't remember if that was the case last time as well, or if it's a different companion depending on which mythic path you choose. Yeah, I regret not having Nenio when we confronted Baphomet last time. Their interaction's the best. What am I looking at right there? There was nothing right there.
My life is a burden.
Bismuth. Why does this stew taste evil? So I guess I just eat her outright if I go the swarm path. Which is odd. I guess I can't follow up on that quest if that happens.
If my Gran could see me now, I wonder what she'd say. I wonder what put that in my head. Well, that's my night ruined now. I'm gonna hear that old hag's voice in my head all day tomorrow.
Maybe she shows up just to bug you. Also, she doesn't know we're just gonna eat her when she shows up. Alright, let's, oh no, I want to level everybody up first before I do this. Okay, do we lose all of our fortresses? No, alright, so those are kept, thank goodness. And we do have 100 lager beer elementals. Fantastic. We need to assign a general. Oh, he's out for 3 days. That's annoying. That's why I can't select him. Oh, because we're full. Also need to buy more resources. 61. I still have 2 more. Oh, no. Alright, so let's grab our Hedge Knights as well. 336. Was that just for 1? That was 12. Oh, Knights. We have hardened veterans, though. I remember recruiting those guys last time. Critical strike. I can't recruit them. Why not? That's fine. Alright, got some units. Gonna start stocking up on those, obviously. So what do I get as Trickster? Nothing specific. Oh yeah, Call to Arms. Alright, let's get our next mythic rank for all of our companions. that'll be it for this stream. I knew most of it was going to be taken up by the conversation with Imade and Nocticula. Who's this? Alright, so Bull Rush Mythic. Greybore, what do you get, buddy? Flawless attacks might be worth it. We'll go with crits. Yeah, Spell Focus Mythic for Dispel Magic. Nenio already has that. Improved Initiative Mythic. Need to make sure she's relatively well equipped, since we are going to bring her along for Enigma. Delay Mythic. Spell Focus Mythic for him. Some more Dispel Magic. Let's go with Improved Initiative to get haste and slow out a little faster. Ooh, Piranha Strike is also good. I feel like Reginald doesn't hit as hard. Especially compared to my main character. Ooh, Shield Focus Mythic. The Touch Armor class? That's probably worth it. What's going on, man? You're just in time to see me wrap up the stream. The next time we're going to do a lot of Crusade managing, and then we'll start our side quests. We have a lot to do, but we're getting close to wrapping up the game again. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, which is mostly just talking, but had to be done. Interesting. New dialogue. Alright. Well. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Take care until tomorrow, and we'll continue our journey then. Got a lot of catching up to do since Gallifrey kind of squandered the Crusade. At least on how we perceive it.